Supreme day to you, chosen divine beings. I hope you're finding yourselves to be having a fantabulous day. Time for another deep dive into the waves as far as it comes to narcissism, something that I want to continue to keep speaking about, as in this current age of time it's becoming more prevalent and more rampant. And a lot of these narcissists are very determined and relentless with their forms of tactics, plots, and plans. And so, you know, about last year, this time, a little bit earlier as well, but specifically this time last year, I was really digging into the depths of narcissism and narcissistic people and how their minds think and how they operate and how they try to manipulate and gaslight and love bomb and just all the forms of manipulation tactics that they use. And so I actually stumbled upon a gentleman who is a diagnosed narcissist, and his name is, let me get back to it here, just give me a second. Hold on, guys. Dang, I shouldn't have did that. Well, his channel is called Mental Healness. And so for a lot of you who are questioning or pondering or wondering about such forms, and from a true person who self-willingly and took accountability for himself is stepping up and exposing how these things are carried out, be good for you to check him out. And also, if you are a narcissist, be a good thing for some of y'all to follow suit and take accountability and recognize your own actions and be able to take that clout and gratitude that you guys want so bad and take that and use it to be a power force for this world so that we can knock narcissism out as a whole. Because a lot of you narcissists out there have a lot of childhood wounds, as I've talked about over and over again, and haven't healed for them. And so now what I'm about to say is what you guys have been doing. And so I will go into an article that I found, and it is called What Narcissists Are Thinking When You Stay in Contact After the Discard. Actually, this is not the one I wanted. Let me see if I can find it. Give me just a second. Let's see. I wanted to read a quote also from a Google comment about narcissism. It says, "No one will hate you more than a narcissist who used to tell you, 'I love you.'" And boy, that sure is true. Let's see. Here it goes. It is called, by Sylvia Longmire. It's called What to Expect When You Leave. Oh, come on now. Yeah. Don't want me to tap into it. Give me a second. Let's see. Okay, it's called What to Expect and Do When You Leave or Reject a Covert Narcissist. And I like what she has to say in the beginning of this, and then kind of breaks down forms and tactics that they do use, some of them. And a lot of them are repetitive tactics that you will see when you look up the characteristic traits and ways that narcissists move and maneuver while going through these certain situations. So I will go ahead and start reading her intro. It says, "The day has finally come. You're tired of your covert narcissist partner's abusive behavior. You're exhausted by the constant lying, the cheating, the gaslighting, the silent treatment. You're heartbroken by the withholding of attention and affection, their loss of interest in spending time with you, the increasing distance between the two of you. Maybe you've already been discarded. The relationship has ended. Your narcissist ex has asked to remain friends, and you, say no. Or worse, the narcissist tries to suck you back into their orbit through hoovering, a tactic that rekindles the love bombing stage where the narcissist does and says everything you've ever wanted from them and you ignore them. Congratulations, you have now inflicted a narcissistic injury, and hell on earth is about to be unleashed. When a narcissistic individual perceives a threat to their grandiose, superior, and entitled self image, they experience what is called narcissistic injury, which is exactly what a lot of these narcissists are going through at this time. So that's why it's very important to learn, study, and be intuitive as far as how they maneuver, so you know how you can maneuver. But anyway, she continues to say, the term injury refers to the emotional or psychological harm experienced by those with narcissistic traits when someone or something challenges their self-esteem, self-worth, or self-image. Narcissistic injury can lead to profound feelings of humiliation, shame, or inadequacy, triggering self-righteous defensive mechanisms such as rage, violence, and vindictiveness. Leaving or rejecting a covert narcissist will definitely inflict a narcissistic injury. But you can also do this without any intention and without even being aware that you're doing it. Covert narcissists are incredibly hypersensitive to any sort of criticism, whether real or perceived. If you challenge them, decline to do something they want, even make a neutral comment about their appearance, they can give you the silent treatment for days or weeks to punish you for making them feel some kind of way that they don't like. They don't want you, but they don't want to let you go because they now view you as property, a discarded toy that only they can play with. This is what will provide context for what's to come. One of the hardest things to do when you find yourself in an abusive relationship with a covert narcissist is to find the courage to break free. Another is declining to engage in a friendship and decide to go no contact with your covert narcissistic ex so that you can start the healing process, which, as a lot of us know, they definitely don't want us to heal. You absolutely have to do these things without question if you are ever going to heal and find any sort of peace. The problem is that the abuse you are about to endure after the relationship ends is often worse than the abuse you experienced while in the relationship. It's tragically a lose-lose situation for one who has the misfortune of finding themselves involved with a covert narcissist, but it's a situation you have no choice but to endure if you are ever going to get out of the cycle of abuse. Pulling from material written by clinicians, therapists, psychologists, experts on narcissistic abuse, and my own personal experience, here's what you can expect in the coming days, weeks, months, and possibly years after you finally decide to leave a relationship with a covert narcissist or reject their attempts to get back into or stay in their life. So today I wanted to focus on what the covert narcissist is thinking now that a lot of us have left and separated ourselves and have gone no contact and have put our foot down and are standing our ground and standing on business as far as it comes to not having any sort of contact. So it says, at first, they're going to think that you're not serious about ending things with them. Remember that narcissists have a gross sense of entitlement, and they can't wrap their heads around why anyone would not want to be with them or want their attention. There's also a very good chance that you have gone back to them before, so they think that this time won't be any different. If things ended amicably and you have chosen to stay connected to them on social media or otherwise in touch with them, they think that all is forgiven, that you are fine with everything they did to you, and that you are an option for them to go back to and continue using as a supply. You can read more about what narcissists think when you stay in touch with them after they discard. And that is, again, on Sylvia Longmire's stories. So the first tactic that they like to try and do is called hoovering. That is when a covert narcissist attempts to suck you back into their orbit like a Hoover vacuum, aka and hence hoover by acting like they did at the beginning. They will shower you with compliments, affection, attention, start having actual romantic timings with you again. Basically, they will now freely give you everything they have been withholding from you. They will start liking your social media posts again. They will start to spend time with you again. They will turn on the charm offense like a fire hose, tell you they love you and miss you, etc. On the more sinister side of things, they may start blowing up in your face with dozens of back-to-back text messages or calls and emails begging you to take them back, and then getting angry for you not responding to them. And the second one that I will read, because a lot of us are going through this, is the social media shenanigans. Part of the devaluation and discard phases when you're in a relationship with a covert narcissist is to withdraw almost completely from you. This usually involves no longer liking your social media posts, no longer watching your reels or stories, which they will continue, you guys, and ignoring your comments on their social media posts. If you try to leave them or reject them in any way, they will start paying attention to you again on social media. If you block them, they will like your friends' posts when they feature photos and videos of you. They will start interacting with your posts on additional outlets like LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook, so on and so forth, guys, possibly where they never interacted with you before. And also, you can continue to read about those two top things, the social media shenanigans and the hoovering. And it's basically like a never-ending game for the narcissistic mind. The healing therapy, he described it as mental gymnastics, where they have an assortment of ways to bend and manipulate and twist and all the forms that go with that. They have a never-ending mental mind game going on with you and themselves, as far as trying to maintain that control with you. And so at first they might pull away, and if they pull away, that's to make you chase after them, in which way they've won. And if they chase after you, it's because you want them to stop. And so that's another form of them getting you back. And another way could be completely just going ghost mode, where you don't hear anything from them, and then you're questioning things and then wanting to find answers, and then that's another form for them to draw you back. At the end of the day, it's just a lot of circle abouts of them trying to regain control in some form or facet that they seem will benefit them. And for those of you that are getting out of these situations, just be prepared for the backlash in all aspects. I know for me, when I was getting out of this last situationship, there were people around me that knew of him or had interacted with him and kicked it with him, or whatever the case may be. And when I went to go express, the things that I was going through with them, some of them looked at me like I was the problem, because narcissists are very good at being reptilians. They know how to blend in with their environments and with people around them. And so for a lot of the people that I went to, or that you may be finding yourselves to go to, they, like I said, look at you like you're the one that's in the wrong. Well, what did you do to cause them to act like this? Or that can't be the whole story. Or I've never seen them act in any kind of narcissistic way, because of course, they've been wearing a mask around these people. And so you may get the backlash of that. You may get the backlash of, especially for narcissist men and women who have narcissistic parents. If you go to them, they're going to just brush it off and say that, you're just being too sensitive, or you're just overreacting, and they're not really that way. And no, at the end of the day, they're that way. And so With that also being said, be prepared to have to kind of fight alone for a lot of y'all, especially if there's a lot of third party situations going on, and that doesn't have to be just in close relationships. That can be workplace, family, and associates, because the narcissist works with all of those third parties to keep you in control, to keep you also hidden and out the way, so that you don't have anybody to go to seek help from confirmation hiccups. And so be prepared for that. Also, be prepared for a lot of narcissists, when they don't get their way, they will go from being that calm, cool, collective energy and in their passive aggressiveness, and they will flip and completely become completely aggressive. And so just be prepared for all aspects and realms of tactics that they can use, because they do have a lot. And so I would say, since they want to try and do the reverse psychology with you, reverse psychologize with them as well. When they want you to react, don't react. When they want you to care, don't care. Act unbothered. Whichever way they want to bend your free will and bend your thinking and movements, go against the grain with them on that. Because the gaslighting, like I said, it can get really extreme. They make you feel like you need to apologize for the things that they have done wrong. If they cheated on you, they want you to have to say sorry to them for them cheating, because you made them cheat, because you blah 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 blah. Or it doesn't have to be cheating. It could be in any aspect. Like I said, a range and variety of tactics that they use. But know that a lot of narcissists, they're very intellectual, they're very smart, they're very charming, charismatic, portray themselves to be outgoing, this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, who's in close quarters with them? You are. And so it's very, if you haven't gotten out yet, it's very important to order your steps, to make a game plan, and to quietly and silently find advocates that you can reach out to, that can silently move with you to help you get out of that situation. Because, like I said, it can get very aggressive and abusive. And because a lot of narcissists, they do not want to be called out, and they don't want their business, as far as what they've been doing to you, being put out on the front streets, it can get deadly. So be informed, be aware, and be in tune, first and foremost, with the Most High. Listen to that still, quiet voice, and allow the Most High to order your steps. And don't let the right hand know what the left hand is doing. I remember last year when it was the day that I was leaving, and he happened to pop up, to come and check on me, quote unquote. But he knew days prior and weeks prior that I was already fed up and that I was getting ready to make moves. So the day that I was getting ready to leave, he started fake crying tears. And they will do that to try to pull at your heartstrings. Don't let them do that either, and make you feel bad that you are choosing to do better for yourself and choosing to be better and to have a better life. Don't let them suck you in that way. But the next thing was he got aggressive and blocked the door. I was holding my son, and blocked the door and looked like he wanted to put hands on me. And me, I don't back down, and either do my ancestors or the Most High. So all of a sudden, I'm pretty sure he's seen my ancestors standing right behind me. And, he stepped out my way, and I was able to leave. But, thank the Most High that a lot of us do have divine protection at this time, because the plots and plans some of these narcissists had for us were going to put us further than 6 feet under, if some of us were even allowed to have a funeral or a remembrance. And so just be very careful, Divine Collective, if you have not as of yet escaped. For those of you who have escaped, I would encourage you to tap into the minds of a narcissist, of how they are thinking at this time, and apply that to your life as you move forward, and continue to, I guess I would say, use that reverse psychology with them, because like I said, they're very intellectual in some aspects, not all aspects, I'll say that, but in most aspects they are. And so it's really good to be able to know how to play the game better than they think they're playing it. Nashelle. So I wanted to drop a little bit of that off for today. Like I said, I hope that your all's weekend went good, Divine Collective. Definitely was a little bit of an attack mode, energetic feel going on as far as karmic feel, sending those fiery arrows towards us. But as usual, we just take them out of our satchel, and the ancestors fire them right back for us. We don't have to do anything. So continue to stay in your ebb and flow and stay in the calm of things while chaos is swirling around and about. I'm going to leave y'all with some encouraging messages for the day, and then I'm going to get off of here. Let's see. First card. 4 cards to fill out today for stability and for justice as well. If you look at the number 4, it kind of looks like the balancing scales. First card. Make it your mission to accept all parts of you, the good, and whatever you perceive to be your imperfections. Don't look for any outside validation. It is already within you. Once you realize your true beauty and potential, you will never doubt yourself again. Ashe, I love that for Divine Collective that is escaping, has escaped. Know that you are beautifully, uniquely you at the end of the day, and you don't need to seek the validation of anybody to know that. The only opinion that matters is the Most High's, and what your ancestors think about you, especially our ancestors that are so proud of us for putting our foot down and for stepping into our empowerment. Ashe. So just know that everything about you makes you, and everything about you makes you beautiful. And if people can't see that about you at the end of the day, then they don't need to have any presence around you at all. Michelle? Second card. You are so much closer to a powerful breakthrough than you may realize. This card falls out all the time, you guys. Confirmation. You have been praying for things to heal, new opportunities to appear, relationships to improve, and these prayers will be answered soon. And I would start with the improvement of relationship with self for everybody, whether you're in karmic field or whether you've gotten out of karmic field and you are in your divinity. Either way, just know that you're closer to a powerful breakthrough than you may realize, and especially for those who are seeking justice and seeking to be free from these karmic chains. Ashe. Third card. It is time to hit the reset button, clear out the old so that room is available for the new to enter. Trust that better things are coming fast. Prepare to move to the next phase of your life. This is your rebirth. Welcome this beautiful brand new energy. You've got this. That's so very true, Divine Collective. Time to get on the saddle and say yeah. It's time to go. Giddy up. Giddy up time in all aspects and forms. Fourth card, it is time to stop letting worry rule you. Instead, get excited about your future and all it will bring. What energy and emotion you put out comes back to you. With a little conscious effort on your part, that happy ending can and will be yours. Believe that. For a lot of us that have escaped the chains of karmic, toxic, narcissistic people, we have found new freedom. And once you do step out that door, it's such an amazing feeling. You might be a little bit sad at first, and have reflections of memories past that were halfway good, but once you continue to move forward in your chariot and allow those horses to wisp you away, you will find a heart full of gratitude and appreciation for a new founded life, founded on a firm foundation, pressed down, shaking together, and unmovable. And that's exactly who we need and want to be, Divine Collective. I'm very proud of a lot of y'all. I've seen tremendous growth in Divine Collective as far as the ones of us who have, like I said, escaped and have and are continuing down our journeys and paths in our new lives. And also, I'm very proud of Divine Collective for those of us who used to be the ones that were always bullied from the time we were little kids all the way up. I'm proud of us for standing 10 toes down and being able to reach out on different platforms, being able to speak our truth, and also be able to speak truths for others who have not found their voices at this time in their own strength. So continue to do so, Divine Collective. Not only speak up for yourself, but continue to speak up for the vulnerable, speak up for the voiceless, speak up for the ones that have been hidden and can't use their voices at this time. Because as a Divine Grand Collective, we are powerful beyond measure, and it is time in this new day of age of thinking and of behaving, I would say. It is time for a rebirth of being self-independent, being resilient, and being able to know that our voices will not be shut down, and we're not going to allow anybody else to hinder or shut down the voices of those who can't stand up or speak up for themselves, especially for these babies and for the elderly. So continue to put that helmet on, and above your helmet, adjust your crown and keep it adjusted, because a lot of people would love to snatch it off of our heads and put it on their own heads when at the end of the day, they don't act royal, so they're not royal. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm also going to drop a few numbers, may resemble some narcissists from your life or your past lives, may resemble some birthdays, birth months, timing of things, or spiritual numbers. We've got 90 or 9. We've got 85 or 58. We've got 98 or 89. And you've got 50 or 5 again. Big changes, 5, 55, and 555. Especially for a 55 that I used to know. We've got 3, 30, 84, 48. We've got 8, 80, 34, 43. And you can crisscross those numbers as well if you would like to, guys. We've got 15, 51, 83, 38. And then we got 81, 18, 53, 35, 88. Hey, I shall. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave it there. Keep those heads up, stay positive, continue to give encouragement not only to yourself, but to others around you. And also continue to have gratitude in your attitude always. That is what gives you umption, as I call it, the umph in your function, to be able to carry on through the day and through the days to come. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one.